Well, hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word. Hey, thanks for joining us as we are going through the book of Leviticus. Today's episode is one that's a real humdinger. Okay, we're talking about sex today. Okay, and if you've ever asked the question, "Oh, can I have sex with this person in this way?" It's answered here. Okay, and basically, let me cut right to the chase. Sex outside of marriage between a man and a woman is outside of the man and woman marriage is prohibited. Okay, and but it's going to list all the different ways that you could think possible to have sex or who to have sex with, and it's going to say don't do that. Okay, we talked about yesterday how we're not to imitate the way of Egypt, and when you go into Canaan, when they were to go into Canaan, don't imitate their ways too, because that's what was happening. They were having sex with everybody, and we're gonna get into some things today, and you're gonna be like, ooh, yuck, But let me tell you, all sexual sin is sin. Okay, so you'll pick out one of these sexual sins in here, and you'll go, ooh, that's bad. But then you'll pick out another one, and you'll go, oh, that's not so bad. Well, actually, all these are sexual sins, okay? So no matter how you slice it, they're all sin. So we're going to talk about sex today. So if you have children that you don't want to hear, this episode is probably a good time to turn it off and join us for not tomorrow's episode, but the next day's episode as we get into things that little ears could hear. If you want to have your kids listen to this and talk about this, be my guest. But just a warning to you. So this is taken from Leviticus chapter 18, verses 6 through 23. Fasten your seatbelts, hold on, because here we go. No one is to approach any close relatives to have sexual relation. I am the Lord. Okay? And it is going to get into, if you didn't understand that, he'll be very specific here. Do not dishonor your father by having sexual relations with your mother. She is your mother. Do not have sexual relations with her. Do not have sexual relations with your father's wife. That would dishonor your father. Do not have sexual relations with your sister, either your father's daughter or your mother's daughter, whether she was born in the same home or elsewhere. No matter what, you don't have sex with your sister. You don't have sex with your mom. Okay? No matter how you twist it up. Verse 10, do not have sexual relations with your son's daughter or your daughter's daughter. That would dishonor you. Do not have sexual relations with the daughter of your father's wife, born to you of your father. She is your sister. Do not have sexual relations with your father's sister. She is your father's close relative. Okay, we're getting into all these things. You're like, what? I don't even understand all those family dynamics here. And it's just covering all the bases here in case you decide, oh, yeah, I could have sex with my first cousin, or whatever. No, I can't. All right, verse 12. It says, do not have sexual relations with your father's sister. She is your father's close relative. Do not have sexual relations with your mother's sister because she is your mother's close relative. Do not dishonor your father's brother by approaching his wife to have sexual relations. She is your aunt. Do not have sexual relations with your daughter-in-law. She is your son's wife. Do not have relations with her. Do not have sexual relations with your brother's wife. That would be to dishonor your brother. Do not have sexual relations with both a woman and her daughter. Do not have sexual relations with either her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter. They are close relatives. This is wickedness. Do not take your wife's sister as a rival wife and have sexual relations with her while the wife is living. Okay, Jacob did this. Had Rachel and Leah. That didn't turn out real well. Okay, so that was a good example. Don't be marrying sisters. Okay. Do not approach a woman to have sexual relations during uncleanliness of her monthly period. Do not have sexual relations with your neighbor's wife and defile yourself with her. Do not give any of your children to be sacrificed to Moloch, for you must not profane the name of God. I am the Lord your God. Okay, this was child sacrifice here, is what they were talking about. And that's what was happening It was a false god of the Canaanite people. Do not have sexual relations with a man as one does with a woman. That is detestable. Do not have sexual relations with an animal or defile yourself with it. A woman must not present herself to an animal to have sexual relations with it. That is a perversion. Don't have sex with animals, okay? Spells it out there, okay? And again, you're going, ooh, yuck. But you're okay with the other sins? All these sins are sins, okay? Verse 24, do not defile yourself in any of these ways, because this is how the nations that I'm going to drive out before you became defiled. Okay, I'm stopping there. The bottom line is this. It's talking about sex. If you're trying to have sex outside of marriage with your wife, and if you're a wife with your husband, then it's sin, no matter which way you slice it. It's sin. Okay, so that's just God's commands. That's taken here right from Leviticus. And Jesus did nothing, didn't say, oh, no, let's change all that now. Never did. He agreed with everything right here as it's written. So anyway, we're going to talk about tomorrow how you're to be separate from the people sexually. And that's the whole thing here is the Egyptian people were doing this thing, having sex with the sisters and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. The Canaanite people were doing that same thing. But God called the Israelite people to be different and to not partake in that wickedness. Okay? Thanks for watching. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue a journey through Leviticus that can sometimes be a little sticky. Lord's blessing. I'll see you tomorrow.